you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear from Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Belverina, I am sure that worked. Tanya Freeman, Heart of Influence, Mastery Monday, all of these growth-driven, heart-centered, integrous people committed to mastery. Hopefully, Belverina, we're exploring the superpower of integrous influence. And who's here?
We are exploring the superpower of influence, and we have the Leaders Causing Leaders Heart of Influence with Tanya Freeman. And first up, from Middleton, Delaware, a leader dedicated to economic development, driving diversity, inclusion in business, advocating for minority entrepreneurs, a strong career in finance and small business consultant, founding chamber member, earning national recognition for impact on Black-owned businesses, sought-after speaker, professor, and advocate influencing economic development through education, strategic partnership, and policy initiatives. Let's welcome to the show, Ayana Khan.
Wow, that was an amazing intro. Thank you, Bella. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Typically, we have a crowd that goes wild. I think our tech is down, but there is a studio crew that is rooting for you.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's Ayana. I want to say that correctly.
That is correct. You nailed it.
Awesome. Ayana, thank you so much for being here today. And Ayana is a dear friend of Tanya Freeman and Bella's, maybe mine too, named Plato. Greek philosopher, said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. So Ayana, we kick this game off with a fun fact. It's a headline, not a story. Bella's got the Chuck Barris Gong Show gong for stories, but it's a headline that would either be something that's a proud moment, adventurous moment, surprising moment, shocking moment, funny moment, silly moment, anything, Ayana, that you would share that will make us say, Ayana, no way. So please, Ayana, what is your headline fun fact?
Oh my goodness. Fun fact about me. I starred in Creed 2. You know, that amazing blockbuster movie with the sexy Michael B. Jordan. I know my husband's going to like flip if he hears me say that. But Michael B. Jordan, Rocky, okay, Sylvester Stallone. I started in Creed 2, and it was a 12-hour day of filming, but I had wonderful eye candy with Michael B. Jordan.
And what was your part in Creed 2?
I was an extra. So that opening scene where they were at the MGM in Las Vegas and, you know, the crowd is like screaming before the fight started.
Wow,
I was in that crowd.
That is awesome. Ayana, congratulations for that. That is super fun. We'll clip that part out for your husband, but thank you very much, Ayana. Awesome. Bella Verita, let's go.
And I completely missed the fun fact because I'm having internet issues.
Ayana was in Creed 2. So that was her fun fact.
Whoa.
Yes.
That is a super fun fact. And now I'm having such challenges, Sean, because I got to do introductions without seeing people. Can you imagine how difficult this is for me as I've called in? But let's go to Old Bridge, New Jersey. Runs an alternative investment firm recently launching a fund to scale their portfolio in limited services and extended stay hotel industry. In the space for 18 years, believes in the power of taking part in opportunities that others don't see or recognize the value that could exist, investing time, energy, and yes, money to change the paradigm of consumer mindset to help others scale their business and life to one another. Let's welcome to the show, Ramel Lee.
And it's Ramel?
Yes, Ramel.
Ramel, thank you so much for that. Ramel, please, your fun fact, Ramel.
My fun fact, everyone knows me as this button up the finance guy, but the first business I ever had was a party promotion business. And we threw wild parties all over the country, New York, Miami, pool parties, pajama parties, great fun stuff.
That is unbelievable. And what would be the most absurd moment of one of these parties, Ramel, that you would give us the PG-13 version of?
Okay, the PG-13 version of the most absurd moment was we threw a huge party in Miami with some reggae stars, and a big one, Vibes Cartel, was trying to get in, but the club was at capacity, and having to explain to the owner or the manager of the club that he has to get in. We don't care about capacity. And him looking like, what's the problem? Why doesn't she know who I am? Why can't I get into the club? And so, yeah, that was one of the wilder moments that we had.
No, Ramel, I am not confused. Thank you for sharing. I'm chuckling. Bella Verita, who else is here?
I bet you are. Next up from Ridgewood, New Jersey, a truth-seeking and truth-telling family law attorney and mediator who has built a thriving practice while balancing success and motherhood. Started her first firm during COVID, raising 3 children, dramatically growing and maintaining the flexibility to enjoy life. Focused on increasing revenue, finding her speaking powers, and continue to build, supporting both professional ambitions and family life. Let's welcome to the show, Danielle Conzelman.
Danielle, welcome to Tanya Freeman's Heart of Influence. Please, your fun fact.
I'm going to lean into my mom moment here because over the weekend, I have 3 little ski racers, and my 6-year-old, who's in his very first season, came in second in a race. So that is my fun fact.
Congratulations. And where were you?
Second race ever. So
that's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah. Where were you?
We were at Mountain Creek.
Beautiful. Mountain Creek, yes. Rocking it. Was it icy? How was the conditions?
On Saturday, it was, well, he had to race Saturday and Sunday, but on Saturday, it was like in the 50s, slushy, warm, very different. On Sunday, there was an icy race, and he did not do as well.
Well, congratulations on the success component of it. Congrats. Bella Verita, you can ski. Let's go.
I can definitely ski. Coming from owning Mills, Maryland, founder and CEO of a global organization that helps women entrepreneurs and executives scale their businesses past 6 figures on a mission to provide these women a strong foundation and a supportive community, acting as a springboard to propel them to new heights, a facilitator of women running businesses from 10 million to 1 billion and up, sharing a nonprofit serving entrepreneurial women presidents. Let's welcome to the show, Betty Hines.
Betty, warm welcome to Tanya Freeman's Heart of Influence. And please, your fun fact.
It's not real sexy, but what a lot of people might not know is that I'm an usher. I'm certified. I'm part of the National United Church Ushers Association, so I can usher anywhere in the USA.
That is amazing. Congratulations. I think Bella needs some ushering, so we'll get to that later. But Bella, if you need some ushering, we got your lady. Come on.
Right.
Got my lady. And then we do have, because I cannot see, I can't even get on the Zoom on my phone. Do we have Shelly here?
Yes, I'm here.
Shelly's in the house,
Okay,
Bella.
From Fort Lee, New Jersey, a former assistant DA in Manhattan, handling every aspect of criminal justice from witnessing interviews to grand jury investigations and trials, served awards including National Trial Lawyers, Top 20 Attorneys in Bergen County, and so much more. Recently completed a Harvard Law School meditation and conflict management program, mediation, not management, mediation makes way more sense, and conflict management program using massively successful legal career to launch the next level of mediation practice. Let's welcome to the show, Shelly Albert.
Shelly, if Bella's harassing me, can you criminally prosecute her?
Yes, I could. In fact, yes, for a price.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that, Shelly. Besides that, what is your fun fact?
Well, first, I'm actually technically in Hackensack. That's where the main office is. And the fun fact about me is that growing up when I was in high school, I used to cut school and hustle pool.
What? No way. Where'd you go to high school?
Philadelphia. I'm from Philadelphia. So I went to Lincoln High, where ironically, because we're all connected in some way, Sylvester Stallone went. And Rocky won. He used our school colors on his gym shorts, on his boxing shorts.
That is so cool. Congratulations on that. And I'll give a fun fact to the fun fact of the fun fact when I go. But Shelly, that is super cool. What was your game? 8-ball, 9-ball, straight pool? Like, what were you playing?
To hustle, you can't hustle 9-ball because as soon as you say you know how to play 9-ball, people know you know how to play.
So 8-ball.
So we used to hustle 8-ball.
Nice. Well, Shelly rocking the things. Bella, we got a pool hustling, color of money, Tom Cruise, Paul Newman, Fast Eddie Felson. Let's rock and roll. Come on, Bella.
Let's rock and roll. And it's all made it possible with one woman from East Hanover, New Jersey, top divorce attorney representing pro athletes, TV personalities, entertainer, and corporate execs. Chair of the board of the University Hospital in New Jersey, chair of the New York Black Business Alliance, and named one of the top 25 most influential people in healthcare in 2022, gives generously to her alma mater, where she created an emergency fund meeting short-term financial needs for economically disadvantaged students, and she's a mother of a cool half dozen children. Let's welcome to her show, Miss Tanya Freeman.
Miss Tanya Freeman, massive gratitude to you, all that you bring in your leadership impact in the world. Please, Tanya, what is your fun fact?
So, as a kid, I spent my summers in Virginia at my aunt's house. And one summer, I might have been cooking bacon and I set the kitchen curtains on fire. So I literally set my aunt's kitchen on fire at the ripe old age of 14. And the fire truck came and it was real.
That is how did you put it out?
No, because, it was a grease fire and no one had really told me what to do with a grease fire and it was suboptimal. And the joke in the neighborhood was, the girls from New York can't cook. But I did find my first boyfriend in life that summer because we burnt the kitchen and it was the talk of the neighborhood.
Oh my God. So Tanya Freeman, amazing. Bella Rita, Tanya is burning it down. And let me introduce this woman, Tanya, if that would be okay. That's doing the introducing. She began her career in influence as an 8-year-old selling crafts on her parents' front lawn. By the age of 19, 3 words she put together that don't normally go together: 7 figures, teenager, and network marketing. Yes, $1 million business generated network marketing, 19 years old, 24, 25, 26 years old. She was three-peating like Michael Jordan, except not in hoops. And oh, Pat Mahomes, you wish you were Bella Vrita, because she was Nevada's #1 business broker, three-peating 3 years in a row. Male-dominated industry. She was the first woman ever to be #1 and youngest person, take that, dudes, to ever do it, period, at 24 years old, let alone 3 straight times. She is also somebody who went on to begin training Fortune 500 companies and entrepreneurs. In fact, in 2019, every sales team she worked with doubled their sales. Skier, surfer, scuba diver, adventurer. Maybe she learned how to do these things from a blind man, maybe from YouTube. We'll see. She's also a 2-time, about to be 3-time published author who raised more than $10 million for charities and philanthropists with the Unblinded team over the past couple of years. And in 2023, this woman publicly battled and defeated cancer. Let's welcome to Tanya Freeman's Heart of Influence, a woman in her more than 1,600th episode of the show, put the heart in it, Bella Vrita! Miss Bella Vrita, whoa, please, your fun fact.
My not so fun fact is I don't know why I don't have internet, and I'm a very visual person, so I'm having a complete meltdown that I'm doing the Heart of Influence by dialing in. I cannot see anyone on the show, and I am on the verge of a breakdown. Sean, I think I might have to go check into the mental hospital because this is disastrous that I cannot see all these beautiful humans on the Heart of Influence.
Yes. Well, now you know what it's like for me to be blind. Yes, we're having a magical shared experience today. If you get internet back, we'd love to see you, Bella. Although I can't see you, but everybody else will. So thank you for that, Bella Vrita. And let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll. But let me introduce my co-host, the man that Tony Robbins said, there's no one who leads with more heart and more integrity than Sean Callagy. He beats world champions like Becky at body surfing competitions. He is only one of 2 attorneys to win 2 top 100 national jury verdicts between 2014 and 2016, and the only one that's blind out of 1.2 million attorneys. In fact, the state of New Jersey actually named him one of New Jersey's most influential attorneys. He has spoken on stages such as Disney, T-Mobile, Salesforce, Tony Robbins 18 times. And when he's not busy flying around speaking on Fortune 50 companies, Fortune 500 companies, he is an incredible philanthropist that has raised nearly $10 million for charities in the last 2 years. Let's welcome to the show, Mr. Sean Callagy.
Bella Vrita, thank you. Tanya Freeman, massive gratitude. And yeah, I often go with I'm a blind man that has taught sighted people to ski, surf, and scuba dive in the most extreme of conditions. But while we're on the Sylvester Stallone conversation, I'll go with this. The person that works on my body, James Bowman, also works on Sylvester Stallone as his body worker, as well as Tony Robbins, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. So that is my fun fact for today. And we were just with James in the great state of Arizona last week. So Sylvester Stallone theme today, Bella Vrita. And there you go. Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll. And how about we kick this show off with Ayana?
Ayana. So is Ayana?
Yeah, perfect.
Yep. So Bella Vrita is going to be anybody you want her to be. She could be an ideal client. She could be a charitable fundraising partner. We're exploring the superpower of influence. It doesn't have to be a sale. It could just be a yes for a longer conversation. She could be somebody famous like Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett. Liana, any yes that makes sense for you is what we're looking at. And it could, again, just be a yes for a longer conversation. So please, who would you like Bella to be?
Oh, I would like Bella to be, let's see. Ooh, So how about Malcolm X? I'm gonna throw a little.
Oh, here we go. Bella,
Nice.
you know what, Ayana? I know you can't see Bella, and I don't see very well. I don't see at all, but I do think Bella and Malcolm X look alike, I think. So, Bella, you're Malcolm X. Take us in.
Hello, this is Malcolm. Hello? Hello?
Conversation, I'm sorry.
We hear you.
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Ayana, you're there to create a yes with Malcolm X for something.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. X, I love your work. I love your revolutionary spirits. We are kindred spirits. I love the fact that you've advocated for the advancement of Black Americans. And I want to get you to come here to Delaware, as I am the founder, president, and CEO of the Delaware Black Chamber of Commerce. And our vision is to serve the needs of Black businesses and to provide economic opportunity for this group. And I want you to come here to serve as a speaker for us, to really inspire and engage with the community and about advocacy and economic opportunity for advancing Delaware businesses here in the great first state.
That is extraordinary. I commend the work that you are doing in the world. And, as you know, I have a very busy schedule. And, what is it that how long would you like for me to speak? And what is it that you think I could bring that nobody else could bring?
It's your background, your inspiration, your spirit to motivate others, to get them to move. Really, I think it will be a great asset for us here in Delaware. So I think the speaking engagement piece will probably be about 20 minutes, not a long time. And then we can I'm sorry.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, 20 minutes, and then definitely engaging with some of the community leaders afterwards for some good old networking.
Okay, awesome. I definitely can take a look at it. And how about you send me over the information? I'll have my team take a look, and we'll get back to you.
I am looking forward to it, to talking further about it, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. Look forward to speaking. Oh, I didn't mean, okay, so then thank you. And then next up, sorry you guys, I'm having some technical issues. I don't think my co-host is here. So
Yeah, I'm here. No, I'm here, Belle.
Yep,
okay, I don't know if I keep cutting up, it keeps going silent. Let's go, Ramel.
Ramel.
Yeah. Ramel, who would you like Bella to be?
Well, since I'm in the middle of doing some capital raising, let's get it a high net worth individual.
Yeah, Bella's got some cash. Ramel, yeah. Bella's got some cash burning those pockets. Is that what I'm hearing? You've got a good place for her to put it?
Yes.
Let's go, Bella.
Hello, this is Bella.
Hello, this is Ramel Lee from Artie Lee Capital Partners. How are you today?
I'm good, Ramel. How are you?
I'm doing well. The weather finally broke up here in New Jersey. Where are you at right now?
I am currently in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, Denver. I've been trying to make my way out there. I've never actually had gotten a chance to get out there or Aspen to do some skiing or pretend to do skiing. I've never experienced it, so that might be a new adventure for me. Do you ski often?
I do ski often. I have a season pass, and I will be skiing this weekend.
Oh, so when you're not in Denver, like what do you do for your leisure?
For my leisure, I hang out with a really crazy blind dude, and go on all kinds of wacky adventures all over the country all the time. I am led by a blind dude. I don't know if that's a good idea for me.
Well, no. There's nothing wrong with that. You guys are helping each other out, and you stay, I'm sure you stay at some pretty great hotels when you go around the country, right?
We do tend to stay at some pretty nice places. We just stayed at the Phoenician in Phoenix or Scottsdale this past weekend, which was quite wonderful.
Oh yes, Scottsdale. There's actually some great hotel opportunities out in Scottsdale. That's kind of why I wanted to jump on the call with you today. Our company actually just launched a fund to invest in hotels. We know people love the experience of staying in hotels and enjoying them, but a lot of people don't realize that they can take part in ownership of these hotels. So you don't just have to stay in them, you can also own them. And I wanted to know if you would be interested in the opportunity to diversify your portfolio in owning some hotels.
I would definitely be interested in that. I could see a Bella Verita hotel chain in my future. I really like this idea, Remmel.
Yeah, no, it's really cool because what a lot of people don't realize is some of these hotels that appear to be independent are actually backed by some of the big, large hotel franchises. So you're able to take advantage of the opportunity of like 100 years of a Hilton hotel experience. So what I would like to do is schedule a call with you to give you like a full rundown of what we're doing with the fund and see if it's an opportunity you'd be invested in investing in.
That would be fantastic. I got to run right now, but I'll definitely look forward to that conversation.
Okay, great. Thank you for your time.
Remmel, thank you very much. Very interesting, Bella Verita. Bella, let's get to the feedbackers.
Let's get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Ayanna or Remmel. Remmel, sorry. Remmel, 30 seconds of feedback, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then a little scoring system as to like what are the next steps. Is that next step you'd rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer conversation? Maybe no root canal today, not so fun, but how about that next step? Maybe a little mocha chocolate and croissante at Starbucks for a little bit longer of a meeting. But if that's not enough time, maybe a private room at the Capitol Grill, getting the seafood tower, the nice juicy steak. And if that's still not enough time, you'd be willing to rent a private jet. Of course, that big pick up Tanya Freeman and fly anywhere in the world to have the longest meeting possible. So let's kick it off with Danielle. And Danielle, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Ayanna?
Ayanna, I thought you did a nice job of, your ask. I thought you did a really good job of your ask of what you did. And I thought the follow-up questions about the amount of time, you framed it as sort of a value add, like come speak. And then there's for 20 minutes where I'm not asking for a lot of your time. But then afterwards, of course, I'm going to have you stick around for some I like the way you use good old-fashioned networking, because doesn't everyone want more good old-fashioned networking in their lives?
Cool. Well, Danielle, thank you so much for that. And the follow-up for you would be a cup of coffee, maybe a longer dinner, something beyond that. What do you got?
Oh, I think definitely a cup of coffee to work out the details, because I don't need a longer dinner. That will happen when I come to the event, I would think.
Cool. Let's go. We got some caffeine flowing, some details to follow. Come on, Bella.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Betty, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Remmel? Did I say it right this time?
No. Getting better.
Yeah, Remmel. Just say Mel, like Remmel.
Remmel. Remmel, 30 seconds of feedback for Remmel.
Sure, absolutely. Good evening, Remmel. I liked your approach. Oftentimes, people go directly into the ask rather than trying to build rapport and relationships. And I felt that you were trying to find some common ground with your ask, and then you immediately, it's like a bridge cycle. You moved right into, well, this is what I have into. You like hotels? You stayed at nice hotels. Here's my ask. So I thought the transition from building up a rapport and then moving into the ask was smooth.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate you, Betty. And the follow-up step would be a cup of coffee, dinner, something longer. What do you got?
Yes, I think that you pretty much sold them on the hotel. I think what I would do is invite them out to one of the hotels that you would like for them to invest in, give them some idea of what it would look like. So that would be my follow-up.
Betty, thank you. Bella, hotel invites. Let's rock and roll. Come on.
Hotel invites are in the house. Next up, let's go. Shelly. Shelly, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for, let's go, Ramel, I guess.
So Ramel. All right, a couple of things I noticed. One is it's pretty obvious to me that Ramel is a really nice person. I think that comes across, that he's pretty genuine, and I think that you should work that a little bit more. It actually felt to me like, what the other person was talking about, which, you're trying to find a common ground and you're in Colorado. Oh, I want to get there. That actually felt to me like it was a little bit awkward. I just like you. And I think that likability is a really good quality. And you almost need to trust yourself a little bit more with it. And then the only thing I would say is your idea, when I heard it, I've never heard anything like that before. And I'm like, wow, what an interesting concept. And I think you could have hard sold it a little bit more, to be honest with you. Like it's almost like you don't trust yourself to be pushy enough because you feel like, oh, that's pushy and that's not being a nice guy, but you're not being pushy. You have a fantastic idea. How great is that to get a group of people together that are going to own property and work it as a hotel, and they could be an owner in a hotel? How great is that? So that's, I would just say be a little bit more genuine to who you are and just go right into it. Trust in yourself. You're a nice guy and you got it all working. You have a beautiful voice. You're not like, I didn't feel like you're trying to sell anybody anything, because I think the hard sells kind of turn people off. So just use your words. It might, I don't even know if I'm making sense in saying everything that I'm saying.
Great, Shelly. You did an awesome job. Really appreciate that. Love the passion of the feedback as well. Thank you for that, Shelly. Bella, Shelly's got it. Let's go.
Shelly's got it. I think that takes us to Miss Tanya Freeman. And Tanya, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Ayanna?
Oh my gosh. So Ayanna, you started with like acknowledging who Malcolm X, is, and it was like beautiful and heartfelt. And then you beautifully transitioned into your identity, like who you are and what you've accomplished. I love the way that you did that. And I left with this energetic feeling of let's go do good in the world together. So I just love that. And, Malcolm X is coming back from the grave. He's coming to help you.
Let's go. Tanya, love it. And the follow-up would be, Tanya?
Well, Ayanna's in Delaware. I'm in New Jersey. I guess we have to get the private jet, pick Malcolm up from wherever he is, and let's go. Let's go somewhere. And maybe we stay at one of Ramel's hotels.
All right. I love it, Tanya. Look at that. Tanya's dropping in. Okay. So Tanya, you know what time it is. Bella's going to be extra cranky because she can't see anybody. So please take it easy on me. Bella, over to you.
Yes, a little cranky for sure. Yes, this is the time in the show that I get to put my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about, because I have been cooking them up as the show has been going on. Of course, Tanya, you're the one that gets to choose what scenario we go from hello to yes on. You can choose one of my scenarios, or you can scratch them all together and come up with something much, much harder on your own. Would you like to hear the 3 scenarios I came up with today?
Please, I can't wait.
All right, option number 1, since we were talking a little Sylvester Stallone action, I thought a good hello to yes would be to go from hello to yes with Sylvester Stallone to have a rematch with Drago, because they're a little bit older now, and I think Rocky fans would like to see a rematch. So that would be option number 1. option number 2 is Sean could play Ramel, going from hello to yes with the CEO of the Phoenician, which we stayed at, which I happen to be quite fond of, to sell the Phoenician to Bella Verita, so we can rename it Bella Verita Hotel instead. So that would be option number 2, Tanya. And then option number 3, since we went Malcolm X, I thought we could bring Dr. Martin Luther King back from the dead also. And Sean could role play Ayanna, going from hello to yes with Dr. Martin Luther King. So those are the 3 options I have for you today, Tanya. Any of those tickle your fancy, or you got something much harder you'd like to see Sean do?
So I love Sean going from hello to yes with Dr. King, but it's hello to yes with Dr. King to go skiing.
Oh!
Oh my God. Well, thank you for that, Tanya. And who is going to play Dr. King?
Well, I mean, Betty, I think Betty would be a phenomenal Dr. King.
Betty, are you up for this?
I lived in Colorado for 7 years, so I think I could work it out a little bit.
All right. And Tanya, who am I playing?
So you are playing the owner of the ski lodge, and you want Dr. King to come and learn to ski with you.
Awesome. Okay. And I'll be Mr. Jones. I'll be Sean Jones, right? So hello, is Dr. King available?
Yes, I'm here. How are you doing?
Dr. King, this is Sean. I'm doing great because I'm speaking with you. Is it still a good time to have this conversation, sir?
Absolutely. It's good as good.
Yeah, Dr. King, I know that you know who you are. I just want you to know that I know who you are and what a privilege it is to have this couple of minutes with you. I'm incredibly grateful. And if I'm asking this, Dr. King, because I'm not here to pitch you something, like what prompted you to even say yes to this conversation? I'm super grateful for it. Skiing, charity, complexity, all of it. What prompted the yes to this conversation? And please, Dr. King.
Well, for one thing, many people have heard my speech about going to the mountaintop, and what better way going to the mountaintop than going to the mountains of Denver? And I would love to go to Steamboat right where there's a Continental Divide, so I can see the divide and see where people go not only to ski, but to feel the fresh air and just to have a feeling of camaraderie with everybody.
Chills present, Dr. King. So what I'm hearing you say, and to make sure I'm hearing accurately, is that you're interested in doing this for bringing unity, possibility, creating some visual imagery and emotional imagery of fulfilling dreams of going to that mountaintop. Am I hearing you correctly, Dr. King?
Absolutely. There's nothing more beautiful than seeing the Continental Divide.
Amazing. So can I share a couple things then, Dr. King, that may or may not resonate with you?
Sure, please.
So as the CEO of Steamboat, there are no words to express the gratitude for this conversation. And the last thing in the world that we want to do is to make this something even remotely common. This moment, you, Steamboat, the Continental Divide, the mountaintop, Dr. King, we've lined up some things that I'm hopeful will be deeply meaningful for you. So first, we are a stand for a charitable fundraise for this moment of $100 million. And it isn't going to be an ask for people to donate. We already have a guarantee of 20 million if we're able to do this for the charity, all charities of your choosing. It would 100% be distributed as you see fit. But what we're looking to do is something we call sustainable giving. So it isn't going to be an ask of people to do something charitable. It's going to be where we're really going to some of the wealthiest human beings in America. And we've created a synergistic partnership. Tony Robbins just raised 60 billion meals from the billionaires he is a colleague with. And Sean Callagy has a relationship with Mr. Robbins, and Tanya Freeman, a relationship with Sean Callagy. So what we're proposing, Dr. King, is simply put a 30-minute Zoom call, or we're happy to fly to you wherever you are at your convenience. And we're happy to spend as much time as you want. But if you want to Zoom, you want 30 minutes, we have a PowerPoint ready where we can outline this raise in money for charity, which we believe, and we also have this through AI, will be the greatest single moment of unification in America and the advancement of all that your mission stands for. And we simply ask for a 30-minute conversation. And whether you say yes to everything we're proposing or not, we're guaranteeing Dr. King a $1 million donation to the charity of your choosing, just in gratitude for what your life has stood for. So Dr. King, how would it resonate with you or not to have that 30-minute conversation or any type of conversation or meeting that you choose at your convenience, please, Dr. King?
Well, first, thank you for considering me. I appreciate that deeply. The inspiration for me and why I wanted to go to the mountaintop or to the steamboat is that there's a lot of skiers out there and there's a lot of clubs. And there's a large club called the U.S. Black Ski Club. I'm sure those individuals would love to know more about or to learn something more about what you're offering for your fundraisers, and they can do it while they're skiing. And so why not tie in their skiing to the mountaintop, their skiing and their donation to a charitable cause? I think that would resonate with them as well. And I'm more than happy to give you my endorsement in that area.
Wow. Well, massive gratitude. Whatever you'd be proposing would be deeply appreciated. And shall I set that follow-up? I'm hearing you that it would be acceptable to have a follow-up conversation. And if so, shall I set that up with your assistant, Tom, who set up this meeting, Dr. King?
Absolutely. Just make sure that I'm in a hotel where there's a hot tub and I can go swimming out in the snow and back and forth.
Dr. King, there will not only be a hot tub, we'll shut down the entire resort for you and everybody that you'd like to come. This is a historic moment. We appreciate you and we look forward to the follow-up conversation. Thank you and many blessings, Dr. King.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Out of roll. So amazing job as Dr. King. Much gratitude. And how did I do as Dr. King in that conversation? And how was your time today on the Heart of Influence, Betty?
Well, this is something that's new for me. And I think it's very good. It gives people a different way of asking. People ask differently and the circumstances, and particularly when Ayanna was asking about Martin Luther King to speak and Malcolm X. So we got Martin Luther King and Malcolm X amongst the minority community. They are stellar figures. So to make that ask and then for you to turn around and come back and say, look, we're not just having you ask to speak. We're also looking for some contributions to be made. We've already raised X amount, but we're asking you to lend your voice and take a stand to help us support these other nonprofit organizations. So for me, it's good. It tells people that you can do a pitch, and you can do a pitch, but you try to connect with what the cause is and see how you can lend what you're doing, your support, to amplify with it.
Awesome. Well, Betty, much appreciation. Deeply grateful for your presence here today. And Betty, how was your experience overall on Tanya Freeman's Heart of Influence today?
It was wonderful. I've had conversations with Tanya before. Usually our conversations they don't last more than 30 minutes. We have to have a timer to definitely have the timer set because we become engaged in so many other things, realizing that there's some common threads in our backgrounds and what we do. So Tanya, thank you again for considering me and making that offer. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Betty. Ramel, thanks for jumping in a participant seat. Great work today by you for sure. And Ramel, how was your time today on Tanya Freeman's Heart of Influence?
This was interesting. I have never done anything like this before. It was a good exercise. And everyone, hearing you definitely have a way with words that I can appreciate. And so I enjoyed my time on this.
Awesome, Ramel. Thank you. And the reason you haven't done anything like this before is because there is nothing like this in the world. No, this was created during COVID to mimic what we would do in the Capitol Grill, Ramel and everyone, where I would have the private room, we'd have meetings, people would connect, we'd spend 4 hours, we'd eat, seafood towers and steak and all the beautiful things. But when COVID hit, the world shut down. and we were building our mission and work in the world, and there was no way to connect in person. So we mimicked what we do in a private room at the Capitol Grill, where people connect, get to know each other, compress all that time. So we'd have an initial shared experience that people could begin to build relationships off of. So thank you for participating in it. It worked. It's been incredible. More than 8,000 people have been on the show. So Ramel and everyone, thank you for joining that group. And Ramel, again, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Let's go, Shelly. Thanks for being here and that feedbacker seat. Really loved the feedback. There was depth to it, a variance of your energies, fully felt and present. And Shelly, how was your time today on Tanya Freeman's Heart of Influence? And please help me prosecute Bella, but back to you. Yes.
Shelly's muted.
Shelly's drawing up the TRO right now.
Oh, I thought it was an indictment for sure. Bella's getting indicted.
Yes, thank you. So Shelly, please, how was your time today with us?
This was great. What an first of all, thank you, Tanya, for including me. And so nice to meet all you incredibly successful people. It's just wonderful. This is really interesting exercise. I will say I learned a lot just from observing really successful people and people that know what they're doing. And I think it's good to be around people that are successful. I think you learned so much from listening to them. So I appreciate that you do this, Sean, and thank you for having me on.
Shelly, thank you so much. Peter Guber said that proximity is power. Other people have said that we are the average of the 5 people closest to us in all the different ways. And I agree wholeheartedly with that reality. So thank you for seeing it. That's what we're here to do. And Shelly, you brought great impact to today's Heart of Influence. And unquestionably, you're a growth-driven, heart-centered, integrous human being committed to mastery, fully felt, received. And thank you, Shelly, for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bella Verita, over to you.
We've got a few more fantastic, huh?
Oh, sorry. I thought we lost you, Bella. That was my fault. I see you.
No worries. Let's go, Danielle. Danielle, thank you for being here. And how was your time with us on the Heart of Influence?
I want to thank you so much for having me today. And I have to say that I appreciate that my little skier inspired skiing throughout this whole episode, which I always am happy to talk about and participate in. No, it was really wonderful to hear how other people, pitch in different ways, and also to hear the feedback on that. I really appreciate you having me. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Danielle. Beautiful job. And Bella.
Last but not least, kicking us off into the participant seat, having a cool fun fact about Creed. Let's go. Ayanna, how was your time with us on Tanya's Heart of Influence?
I had an amazing experience. I just want to thank you guys personally, and thank you to Tanya for having me as a guest. I love the energy. I love the personalities. It was really good. It's fantastic for me, sharing and participating and being on the spot. And I loved it. So thank you so much for this experience.
Ayanna, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you massively. Great job. And I love the Creed, Rocky, all the segment into that as well. So thank you so much. Tanya Freeman, you made this all possible, connecting these human beings. That is not nothing, putting the work together, bringing people together. That's what you do, Tanya Freeman. And please, your final on today, your Heart of Influence, Tanya.
My final is, gratitude to you and Bella for all that you do, all these fine folks that came on the show today. And this is what it looks like. This is how we grow and scale, whether it's our chamber, whether we're building hotels around the world, or our law practices, our accounting practices. This is what it looks like. So thank you, Sean. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
That's that. We appreciate you, Tanya. And on behalf of Tanya, we have a gift for you, our group influence book, Rock Your World, Blow Your Mind. Does not exist. Influence is the superpower, but what about influence with integrity to groups of people, public speaking, leadership management? Nothing like this book in the world. That's our gift to you, number one. Number two, We have a session for our triangle of trust friends, lawyers, accountants, financial service providers this coming Wednesday night. And what do you do with all this influence? How do you apply it? How do you create exponential acceleration? How did I build a 40-person law firm in 2 years? How did I build a 100-person law firm after I sold the first one in 2 more years? How does all that look when you don't have any capital and you're just sort of finding your way? What does all that look like? That is Wednesday night. And in final, if you want to know what to do with all of this, and you want to really accelerate in 2025, final gift on behalf of Tanya is an acceleration session, practice acceleration session, business acceleration session, take your pick, with one of our team members that will tell you, share with you, unblind you to what to do with your influence, how to apply it to create exponential acceleration. I assure you, not seen this movie before. You have not. Respectfully and lovingly, Bella Verita, you thought you knew a thing or two. You did, but there's a whole lot more. Over to you in final.
Yes, I did believe I knew a thing or two, especially when it came to sales and influence, but I quickly realized that there's actually a difference between sales and influence, and especially influencing people of influence. And so if there's something that you're looking for more, money, time, or magic, definitely take that business acceleration session because it only makes sense. So thank you all for being here. Definitely connect with each other. Tanya, thank you. Phenomenal job. And Sean, back to you.
Awesome job, Bella Verita. Thank you. Appreciate you enormously. And Tanya and everyone end every show by saying this. I may be physically blind, which I am, but I'm absolutely certain the possibilities for acceleration, for our financial abundance, our duplication, scaling, our impact in the world, those possibilities sit right in front of us. But at some level, Bella, Tanya, and everyone, at some level with those possibilities right here, we're all blind.
And just learning to see.
Amen. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, everybody. Great job, Tanya. Happy Mastery Monday to all, and many blessings. Thanks.